is up, everybody? This is Omegabalmung. Welcome to my statue and figure unboxing and review. This is a review for Power Girl from DC Collectibles. If you can see from the box here, like I said, it is from DC Collectibles, and this is the DC Comics Cover Girl statues that they put out once in a while. And of course, this is Power Girl. So before we get started, we are going to take a look at the box, and then we are going to take a look at the statue right after. So we are looking at the box right now. This is the front of the box. As you can see, DC Collectibles, you get a look at the statue here, and then DC Comics Cover Girls, Power Girl, and of course it is a numbered limited edition. And then we're going to take a look at the side here. We get another look at the statue here. You can't see it, but on the top it says hand sculpted cold cast porcelain. So I do have a little bit of problem with porcelain. Sometimes they are a little bit fragile, so it can break when they come in. So hopefully everything is intact. So that's my only biggest problem with porcelain. And then on the side here, we get a look, or the back here I should say, we get a look at some other figures here. Of course, I do have them. I think I have most of them, right? I think Raven doesn't come out until like next month, or this month I should say. And then Black Canary has already came out already. So pretty awesome stuff there. You're looking forward to them. They are pretty cool. So, and then of course, on the back here, we get a look at the statue, full statue with the base, and then you can't see on the top, but it says it measures about 9.87 inches tall, so pretty tall statue. And then that's pretty much it. And one more thing before we go with the unboxing here. On the bottom here, we get a look at what number it is 3,341 out of 5,200. So I'm pretty back there, so that sucks. But anyways, let's take a look at the statue. So out of the box, this is how it looks like. It comes with a styrofoam on the top and bottom. As you see, top, it says top on this side, and then if you spin it to the back here, it says bottom. So that's when you know when you're cutting it open, you do not want to have it facing, you know, this way. So it is pretty much taped to the side here, so you gotta do is just cut all the way around on top here. Also, you gotta go cut all the way around. Just don't cut deep into the box here, because you can probably almost can cut the statue. So you wanna be careful with that. So hopefully this works. Boom. Okay, so now we are done with the cutting here. Let's open it up. I technically probably just cut one side so it doesn't flip up like that. So hopefully everything comes intact. Let's see how it looks. So far, so good. It does come, like I said, with the base right here. This is all wrapped nicely. And let's get this open here. Comes to the side here. So base, pretty simple. The cover girls are pretty simple like this. And then on the bottom here, you have the manufacturer and the number, the limited number. And then of course we get some gels here as usual. And then we take a look at the statue, and it looks like everything is pretty good there. So I'll see you guys in a second when I put this together. Alright, so let's take a look at the statue. You're looking at, like I said before, about 9.87 inches tall, so almost 10 inches from the base all the way to the top of her head here. She is made out of porcelain, so porcelain is a little bit fragile, so you gotta be a little bit careful with it. Sometimes it comes in shipped a little bit broken, but I'm pretty sure most of the time you can either call up DC or maybe even the store that you bought it from. They could replace it for you. I had a few times with I bought a statue and it came broken, but you know what, I don't really like to handle that, so I just kind of just do it, you know, put it together myself, glue it. But anyways, So you got to be careful with that. Make sure you check the statue before you leave the store, or if check it before anything happens. So anyways, it is roughly around about $84 on Big Bad Toy Store. I think it was $84, and I'm pretty sure if you go to the other stores or your comic book stores, it'll probably be up in the 90s. But at $84 with tax, with shipping anyways, roughly around $90. So pretty good price there for the size of the statue. But we're going to do a quick spin, and then we'll talk about the statue in the second here. And of course, we always start from the bottom going up. On the bottom there, if you can see from the base, pretty simple base. A lot of the cover girls bases are pretty simple, just like that. It's just a oval kind of shape, and then it's kind of like based on their colors of their costumes, so white and blue. It doesn't have any red, which is weird. It would have been cool if these lines here were red, maybe, but it's usually based on their colors. Pretty simple base here. Of course, in the front there, it has a P on the front for Power Girl, and then like I said, just a white on the top here, and then blue on the sides with these lines here, and inside the blue lines are the white lines. So pretty simple base. I like it. If you're pulling off a base, I think either you go small or you go fancy. I don't really like the in between kind of bases. So I think for me, this base fits. If you're limited in space, it works perfectly well with your other statues. Like I said, either you go big or you go small. So I like it small. If you want something big, if you see my Momohime back there, if you want something like that, I say go with something like that. If you can see Motoko, do not go with something like that. You can't see it, but it's like a triangle, so it doesn't really fit in any other places. So I tend to like either this or you go big. But we're going to go up here. We get to take a look at her boots here. Pretty shiny boots, you can see there. It kind of shines there, darker blue. And then of course there is a little bit of problem here. You probably won't be able to see it, but on this spot here between where her leg is and where the boot stops, there is a little bit of a blue chip mark right there. Probably paint transfer. You can see a little bit on top of that, just between her leg. I think it's just that leg though. If I checked right, yeah, so far it's just that leg. So a little bit of paint transfer right there. And of course, Power Girl doesn't really wear much, so we're just gonna go up and talk about her suit up here. I like the way that she's posed and everything. I do like the fact that it looks like she's kind of either about to fly up, but to me it looks like she's kind of like flying down and about to land, and at the same time she's kind of in about to battle, of course, with her fist clenched like that in her other hand there. So I do like the way the pose is. She's kind of tippy-toed there, and of course on the bottom here you see where her foot kind of lands, or she's landing, or maybe she's flying up. I think she's landing, so she's kind of coming down this way, and then we go up here. We got, of course, the cape in the back here. The cape is flowing the other way. Actually, I'll spin it this way. The cape is flowing this way, kind of the same way her hair is. So it looks like the wind is blowing this way. So yeah, like I said, she's probably flying down. And then we got the belt here. Pretty simple belt. It doesn't really show anything else here. The gold here doesn't have any, so far as I've seen, doesn't have any cool little, indents in there, or like anything to really pull it away from your eyes. It's just a gold belt. It doesn't have anything on there, so pretty simple belt. Blue all the way around, and just goes like that. Like I said, she's clenching her fist there with her other hand. Pretty simple. You got the trademark open area on her breast there. Of course, that's what Power Girl wears. So you got this where her cape is strapped on the top here, and then kind of slings around her chest, going back there. You can see that it actually goes all the way to the back here. So that's a cool little design here, that you can actually show the little gold kind of string that kind of is a gold chain here that kind of flows in between the back here that's holding her cape. And then we go up to her face. I think her face looks pretty good. I've seen some weird pictures of her and didn't look too great at times, but from what I've seen so far, I think her face looks really well, even if some weird angle like this. I'm looking at this angle and it looks really good. If you look at this angle, I think it still looks freaking fantastic. So I don't know, maybe certain statues just doesn't look good in certain angles, I guess. But to me, at least from what I can see, this statue looks good in all angles. I like the hair, how it flows like that. The hair, it does have problems. If you can see little dark spots, almost like brown spots in her hair, maybe goldish, maybe. To me, it looks more like, yeah, a little bit of goldish brown kind of color. You see little spots in her hair. I wish it was just a plain brown, or I should blonde throughout. I think that would have worked a lot better, but it looks weird with this little like spots in her hair. It just looks really weird. But other than that, the statue looks freaking fantastic. Tall, nice looking statue. It does have problems, like I said, a little bit of paint transfer on the bottom of her feet there. Then her hair is what really bothers me the most. It's really splashy looking on the top there. Other than that, nice base, nice pose. I like her pose, like she's about to fight. She's like, it looks like she's happy to, about to go into a brawl. So, and then of course her poses look like she's coming down, kind of landing. Or maybe she's in the air somewhat, and you can see their foot in the bottom there. And then her pose is cool. I like that, how her hair and her cape is kind of flowing in one direction, and then we're going flowing this way. So I think that looks pretty cool. So anyways, if I was to give it a score, I probably want to give it about a 7. I think the hair really kills it for me. The paint transfer on the bottom doesn't do much for me. It's something that you barely could see. I didn't even really see until I literally looked close up to it. But other than that, the hair is what really bothers me. The hair should have probably been done a little bit better, colored in a little bit better. But other than that, like I said, 7 out of 10. Looks good to me. Awesome pose. Great face. That's the first thing from what I've seen. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video of my statue unboxing video of Power Girl. Hopefully you guys come back next time when I do some more statue and figure unboxing review. This is Omegabalmung. Peace out.